In this live, I am focusing on what you focus on grows, and this is a massive energetic game. It's a massive energetic pull. It's a part of how we really create our reality, from the energy that we feel within ourselves and the energy that's in our mind and the energy that we move through us to really get to where we are going. So in this live, I want to bring about 3 areas that really allow you to create this momentum within yourself and within your life, and allow you to really be powerful and potent and really particular about where you are focusing, because what you focus on grows every single moment of every single day. And when we can really be in the space of focusing on aliveness, focusing on joy, focusing on abundance, focusing on expansion, then we are exactly where we are meant to be. So in this training, I'm giving you 3 ways that you can really think about what you're focusing on and how it's going to allow you to really energize yourself and take action from that most energetic version of yourself. So the first one, energy goes where your attention flows. So every single thought that you have sends out a frequency into the world. Every single thought has its own frequency. So if you think things are going really well, then they will go really well. If you think things are hard, heavy, holding you back, then that's how you are broadcasting your energy out into the world. So really tune in to what your thoughts are around who you are being. Now, what happens in life is we have 70, 80,000 thoughts a day, if not more. Studies have shown maybe more. And we can't hold them. We can't work through that many at any time. So what happens is we have a process within our mind that's to store, delete, and accept, really. And we end up having the majority of the same thoughts that we had yesterday, because they feel safe and they feel comfortable for us. So we have the same thoughts. This is how people move through their life, with the same thoughts that then create the same reality. When we decide and choose and actively change our thoughts and reprogram them, instead of thinking there's lack, thinking there's abundance, instead of thinking things aren't working out for me, thinking, hey, everything is working in divine timing. When we actually take the steps and action and move through those ways of thinking and totally reprogram them like we can in our mind, when we do that, we create a different reality. Always, always, always. So your attention goes where your energy flows, but your thoughts and your emotions are the first part of this training. People have to get to a place where they are not buying their own thoughts. Their thoughts are coming in and they're not accepting them as truth, because thoughts learn to turn into beliefs, and beliefs are just a thought that you've had multiple times. Then you believe it to be true. What if you change your thoughts and your thoughts were, hey, I'm going to be a millionaire, or I'm going to get this greatest energy, or I'm going to have this ultimate fulfillment, or I'm going to have way more fun. And you start to program yourself to be the person that actually receives all the cash, or that actually has way more fun, or that actually has more fulfillment. And you actually are and become that person. That starts with your thoughts, and your energy is a massive part of your thought process. And remember, beliefs are just thoughts that you've had multiple times that you then believe them to be true. So, for example, millionaire energy. I'm here to teach you that it's all about everything other than the cash, that allows you to be in a space where you can have that same focus that millionaires have. You are absolutely focused on your desires. You are desire-led. They are from within you, not from anybody else. You are incredibly driven within yourself to achieve what it is that you're here for. You are able to make decisions. You move fast. You allow yourself to grow. You navigate the no's as well as the yeses. All of those things. There's a multiple opportunity of what millionaire energy is all about. And when you understand how you show up in that space, your thoughts are part of it, how your body reacts is part of it, how your belief system is part of it, what you broadcast to the world is part of it. They're all interlinked, and they all have to be in sync for you to go, boom, this is it. I'm absolutely on fire now. The second one that I want to talk about is that the element of energetic mastery. So what this really means is that where you are laser focusing your attention, what's really happening at that pinpoint in time is what you are going to create every single moment. Now, the difficulty as a human is we're pulled off track. We're pulled into the here and now because that reality hasn't happened. We're pulled into old identities. We're pulled into old beliefs. We're pulled into what somebody else might say that pulls us off track. But when we get ourselves incredibly laser focused and intentional, and if it's not this, it's something better type of energy, then we allow ourselves to really reprogram both our thoughts and our intention. So this is all about our aligned action. They really focus on creating the reality that you're here for. So the reality that you're here for is something that's not yet here. So we want to create the identity that matches that reality, and we want to not look at, focus off at, or give any attention to any old identities or any old energies that are holding you back. So this is really about energetic mastery, which takes multiple forms. But I'd like you, if you're watching this, to really tune into what do you really want your life to be? How do you really want it to live through it? What do you want to experience? How do you want to see yourself? How much happiness, fulfillment, joy, well-being is high on your list? What's really important to you? And how can you really generate that in a way that feels really, really good? When you know that, you can create a plan. You can create your attention, which moves me to the third part, which is really, really interesting. When we have this real focus, so we've got our thoughts, hey, do you know what, I'm going here. Say, for example, you want to get yourself a lot fitter, healthier, you want to do a 5K run, or you want to do a ultra marathon, whatever it might be. You sitting here, you have this thought, you can reprogram yourself, yeah, I know I've got to take these steps, I've got to get myself fitter. I've got to get myself healthier, I've got to sleep more, I've got to create some time, and I've got to be committed, and I've got to be intentional, and I've got to actually do the things that I say I'm going to do. What happens next is the next element that I want to teach, really. So the first one is what are your thoughts doing, where are your thoughts focusing on, really focus on where you're going. The second one is about energetic mastery, understanding that the reality that you focus on means that you have to not focus on the other stuff. And that's difficult for so many people. And then the third one is about stop obsessing over the how. So obsessing over the how is a pattern that I see in high performers, in high achievers, because they want that checklist. That checklist gives them safety. That checklist gives them stability. That checklist really allows them to have something to hide behind or hang their hat on when it goes well. When we are in a space of giving ourselves over to, do you know what, this is going to happen. I know it's going to happen, and I'm going to become the identity, and then it happens. So say, for example, you give yourself this plan, I want to get this to do this race, whatever it is, in a few months' time, and I'm going to do this training. You then map that out, you detach from everything else, and you absolutely embody the identity of a runner. So a runner looks after themselves, a runner eats the right foods, a runner has enough sleep, a runner has focus, a runner doesn't carry stress, a runner makes decisions, a runner creates the right trainers for the right environment to support their body as they're moving through those steps as they're running. A runner has focus, a runner has time, money, cash to be able to run. When you allow yourself to think like that, then you really do move like that. And when you move like that, other opportunities come that you may never have ever thought about. So, for example, somebody might say, hey, I've got this other race that you may never have known about, that was just a little bit further, that was a couple of weeks later, and you're like, wow, I can do that one as well, and I never ever knew about that. Or somebody says, you know what, if you've got these things happening for you in your body, these kind of trainers or these kind of support socks may really help you. And these other pieces that you didn't know that were going to come into your awareness, but they help you really embody that truth of you being a runner, and things come into your awareness that you would never ever know. And this is one of the greatest things with energetics, and one of the greatest things from detaching from the how. When we can do that, and when we can really train ourselves to do that in multiple areas of our life, of this is what's happening, this is who I am, and this is the identity I'm embodying, then we're able to move through life in a much different way. I would like to know, what are the areas out of these three are the ones that you might struggle with. So the first one was about energy goes where attention flows. Where are your thoughts focusing on? The second one is, when you've got that really clear, and we're talking about energetic mastery, how much energy are you still giving to the old you, or the areas where it didn't work? Because that's still activating that, and you're never going to get where you're going to get to when you're still activating the old. So are you absolutely closing out the loops of the old? And then the third one, stop attaching to the how. Stop thinking, how's it all going to happen? And relax into the knowing. Relax into the knowing, because as soon as you become, identify, and move your energy like that runner, for the example, or like that millionaire, or like that leader, or like that book owner, or like that event holder, whatever it might be that you really want to do, once you start doing that and hold yourself to account there and really embody it like it is the best thing in the world, then absolutely the universe will always meet you. And remember, it's always a game.